Now that we have created invoices, you can also see all those invoices in the sales register. When you look at the sales register, you can filter by date to see when the sales were made, and you can also see the status, whether it's open or closed. If the status here is open, it means you haven't received payment yet, and if it's closed, it means the invoice has already been settled. This is where you can find the sales register, and you can open invoices directly from here. One other thing we'll look at is that we've already covered printing and emailing invoices, but there are also other functions such as emailing statements. For example, if you regularly send your clients a list of all their unpaid invoices along with a summary of invoices and payments, you can do that using this function in MYOB. You just need to click on the customer and print the statement, or you can email the statement to them directly by clicking this option and sending them an email. If you want to remind your customers about the invoices you've sent and ask for payment, you can also use the invoice reminder feature. This will automatically take you back to MYOB business and ask you about the sales settings. For example, if I set up those sales settings and save them, this feature should work. I'll probably create another training session specifically about invoice reminders, but for this video, we're focusing on receiving payments. There are a couple of ways to receive payments. For example, the invoices we sent earlier could be paid online. But if they can't be paid online and your customer sends the money directly to you, you can always use this receive payments function. You can manually find the invoice by searching for the customer, and then all the open invoices for that customer will show up here. You need to fill this in as accurately as possible so it's easier for you to go back and reconcile what happened to that invoice. For example, payment for invoice number 8. Then you click on the amount applied for that invoice and it will automatically show in the amount received field. Or you can do it the other way around. For example, if you have multiple invoices and the customer pays a lump sum amount, you can allocate where to apply that amount. Anything that's not applied will still remain open. Once you've done that, click record and it will be recorded in your bank and credit accounts, specifically in accounts receivable. When you click print receipt, you can view the receipt, click on it, and then print it. Let's try saving it to downloads. This is what the receipt will look like. Again, the forms in MYOB can be changed based on how you want them to look. If you want to personalize the form, you can open MYOB and create a customized form for your business. You can print this and email it to your customer, or you can file it on your drive without printing it. After that, you can look at the transaction journal to ensure that all the transactions that happen in MYOB are captured in the journal entry. When you look in here, you can see the transactions for the sales and for the invoice. You can see here that the accounts used for creating the invoice are an income account and a suspense account. When you notice that, it means the linked account is incorrectly set up. So when you go back to set up Arrow linked accounts, Arrow sales accounts, you'll see that the asset account for tracking receivables is set to a suspense account. In accounting, invoices should go to trade receivables, not trade creditors or trade payables. I think at the moment there's no proper account payable or receivable setup, which is why it's using a suspense account. So you would need to create another general ledger account to use as trade receivables. Let's try creating another GL account, 1-2050 account receivable, trade receivable. Now, you need to understand that even if you update that, it won't automatically change existing transactions. That's why you need to delete this transaction and create a new one. This is exactly why reviewing your linked accounts regularly is so important, because someone might have changed this linked account without realizing it. So reviewing this is very important. This is the sale that we did, and this is the receipt that we also recorded. You can see that you have a record of invoices and a record of receipts on a monthly basis. Once all the transactions in the bank have been accounted for, you should be able to print a detailed summary of all the invoices that haven't been paid and send it to management for their reference. Thank you, everyone. See you in the next video.